Hello everyone. Just doing the final fine-tuning. See if everything works as intended. It should have been updated. I don't really understand why it isn't. Thanks for telling me. We have landed in PoE2. One thing I wonder why my music isn't running. I would like to play with music. So, if we look at the timeline currently, then we will notice that PoE2 isn't actually that far away the next season. And if it is actually gonna be as big as GG said it is, I do want to be prepped for it. I want to play it. And I had a build that it was intended to be the last build I played for the previous league. Why is music not playing? That annoys me. think now it's playing. Yeah, I hear it now. Alright, so we actually don't have that much time left till we are going to go for PoE2, and if it's as big as it is, I want to be prepared for it. What is fire? What are we looking at? I see a gull and I see a... I forgot the name, but Solstice Vigil I think it was. Headhunter, Nemesis, Crit Multi, Rarity, Flat Damage, AoE. Why is this one... Is AoE a Warlord mod? Otherwise this could have easily been a Misted Ring. Ah, okay, this person is stacking... No, it is not. I saw it with the Warlord bow this person was stacking. Okay, but they are going for high OE. So this is Explode. Fistbow with Explode. So we have 1 Explode, 2 Explode. We have AoE here. AoE here. But Lightning Arrow. Elipan. Trinity. Vicious. Crit Multi. Versus Fire. Versus Chaos. Tailwind Boots. Temple Gloves, but Lightning. With Herald of Ash, Herald of Purity. Purity of Elements. So this is just... Why is this person not playing Kinetic Blast? That is what I'm wondering. With whatever this person is doing, KB should just be better. Renewal Rotting Claws. Why are we using Renewal? I don't see that we have minion damage affecting us. If we would be using Spiritual Aid, I would get this, but why is Renewal Rotting Claw? What do these clusters give us? Primordial Bond. Ah, okay. This pushes Primordial Bond in the front. And we use Ice Golem, Flame Golem, Lightning Golem, Chaos Golem. Okay, okay. And we have 1 renewal actually in use because we want the region. But the main priority is Primordial Bond. We have suppression on those. That makes sense. The Natural Instinct, I like the idea. It's a neat trick. Then we go 5 passive Wound. Profane Bloom be better. Very nice. I appreciate the follow. Uh, You can join my Discord to get pings. It doesn't lag. Interesting. So this is specifically an AoE build for like Breach and Alva. But I still wonder why not Kinetic Blast. Is Shape of Flames for survivability? Looks like it. But survivability, this build has no survivability. Ah, gotcha. In all honesty, I think I would add a curse on hit somewhere. Ah, no, because this is a 4 node. I forgot that this is not a 2 node, but a 4 node. And we don't really care about Mastermind of Discord, that makes sense. Okay. Then Heart of Destruction makes sense, because it's 60% AoE. It's an interesting build. Alright, let's see if I can play PoE2 without lagging. I forgot where this build was at. Yeah. No, for that it's pretty interesting. I get the appeal of it. So we need a little bit of XP on this build before I can start testing. So we're just gonna use what I had already equipped on it. But I have some really interesting ideas. I want to get this to, I think, level 80, 85. And then see if I can buy some gear. So what we had right click for clear. We need to press Q and E for single target.
Creepy mirrors be damned. Is that really what I look like in all this gear?
Hey Winter. I don't see enemies. That's not good.
Scare me with this. I've spent my whole life in here.
I agree that PoE2 isn't as good as PoE1, but it's not bad. What is bad is I'm not rendering enemies.
One down. Who's next? Bag of bones.
I recently reinstalled the game. I think things just have to render. It's the first map I'm actually running. So I used Steam before. I swapped to standalone because I had issues at launch with my download speed with Steam. It just took too long. I was like an hour late. Good that I start with the T1. I definitely need to get used again to PoE2. No, I get your appeal with bows, MD, and I agree to it to an extent. But I don't expect risk mapping to stay next league. Cool if you don't even see the boss.
Need a sec. Need more time. Need a sec.
Why am I not doing any damage though?
Not yet.
Ow.
Need more time. Need more time.
I know why. Because I'm likely on my passive tree. What was it? Oh god, what are the keys? Yeah, ooh. I'm on max boss difficulty, okay. Right, does Alva use any risk scarabs? If that's not the case, it might actually stay. Did tiers go up or down now? Uh... Okay, T1 is the best. Okay, okay. I need to get reused to the game. So this is bad then.
You're dead. Another notch on me helmet.
I need to get used to this again. The WASD movement is not what I need to get used to. But what I need to get used to is the actual dodge rolling. And how the build plays. I'm glad I moved here though, directly from the gauntlet. And didn't try normal PoE before I did this. Because imagine going from my 600 movement speed directly to this. I would have felt so slow.
Guess I'm gifted.
Roar isn't actually giving you speed though. So, what I have planned is a build utilizing banners. One very neat thing about the tactician is he has two very powerful interactions. He has Pinned acting as a full freeze, and Pinned is easier to stack than freeze. Because of suppressing fire, all damage builds up Pinned and not just physical damage. And second, I have double the reservation plus 2 banners. Now, banners on their own aren't really interesting. However, if we use the Fallen Formation, we are almost always at maximum Valor. And we can then restack a little bit of Valor to get up to 58 Valor. And once we have that, we have one very interesting, neat little node here. Now, who recognizes that wording? Hey, Slide. MD, do you notice what this wording means? Or where you've seen a wording similar to this before? So, this is the exact same wording we have in PoE1 on the Witch Ascendancy. If I open Passive Building here, let me show you. If we are looking at Necromancer, this says Aura from your skills also grant 3% increased attack and cast speed to you and your allies. Or it used to be on the Templar node. This means this is working exactly like that from an auras. Each aura we have also grants this buff. Which also means that each aura effect is also applying to it. Now in PoE2 there is no aura stacking, but there's banner stacking. Banners have built-in aura effect. If you read a banner, it says Aura grants more attack damage, Aura grants increased accuracy rating, and 10% more Aura magnitude per Valor. And now with the max Valor, well, let me show you my character screen. Oh no, my resistances are uncapped. Bam. And it is that easy. So at League Start, where everybody is trying their best to gain resistances, all I need is a one unique. And when I have the unique, I place these, and I have all the resistances I need. And on top of that, I gain more attack damage, which is the more multiplier, so it is acting just like an aura, just like a more multiplier support gem on the war banner. And on the Defiance banner, I gain movement speed. Yep. My movement speed goes from 37 to 76. That's 40% movement speed every time I place this. And it lingers for 4 seconds. And I gain armored evasion rating on top. I gain more armored evasion rating and more movement speed. Isn't that amazing? I'm a very big fan of this. Now, before I swap back to PoE1, Cloudy did show me this when he supported me as an Aura bot, and I looked into it for solo play, and I think it is viable. I honestly think that I can make a build based on this interaction, just utilizing other good items and skills. It doesn't even have to be spears. I'm not going to be planning with spears, I'm going to be planning with crossbows. In a game that doesn't have flasks, MD, I'm basically pressing my flasks with these, yes. But you are correct. In essence, I have created flasks. Yeah, it looks like I still need to render all the zones in. It's good that I'm Ow! Invisible enemies. It's good that I'm playing now. If it stays so, then it could be from me attempting to triple stream.
Another notch on me helmet.
I might need to restart the stream then. And not do the one of the YouTube streams. Want to see if my computer can handle it. While I'm not doing hardcore or any serious content and just testing. Ow. I'm in danger. I completely forgot that corruption guarantees beyond. But the coolest thing is, I basically have a movement speed bonus. It's so hard to get MS bonus. That is fair. I get what you're saying, but for me that is not an option, as you said. I need to actually start early because I also want to play LE. And if I want to play both LE and PoE2, I need to prepare all the content for PoE2 now, so that I need to spend minimal time on the week before PoE2 on some preparation, and then I can spend more time practicing and playing LE.
Well, that's one down.
I'm also gonna still, despite me spending my time to prep now PoE, I do that because that is what I'm actually enjoying, my preparation, my league starts. I'm actually not gonna be pushing PoE2 that hard. I'm really not that interested in trying to super min-max, unless they fix how we can min-max in PoE2. And we actually have a game way that actually feels good to invest in, to min-max. Like, if towers get fixed, I might min-max, but if I still need to triple tower, I will not do that. I refuse to triple tower next league. I mean, to be fair, I was done with Last Epoch in a week, and I think that's gonna be okay. It's also a gamble on how good the PoE2 expansion is. If PoE2 is bad, people will just go back to Last Epoch. If it's good.
Another notch on me helmet.
Yo, we got an Exalted Orb, we're rich. Yeah, for sure. We need to see what Last Epoch adds, and what PoE2 adds. To be fair, I am more drawn to PoE2 because it is usually the content that goes better for me. Besides PoE1, my Last Epoch content is just because I'm not in the same position in Last Epoch than I'm in PoE. My Last Epoch content is just not as interesting as my PoE content. In Last Epoch, I am similar to Sgondel. I'm just a player. I'm not particularly good, I'm not particularly fast, I'm going to be picking a meta build, I'm just going to be playing to explore the content and getting accustomed to the content and what's possible before I go with, alright, it's time to just um, make a new build. Alright, I need to do some fixing on the build. Oop, my cold rush is even worse now. What happened? Why though? Okay, never mind, it's better. I'm quickly need to adjust something. Um... Did that work? I think it didn't. Okay. I don't know how I end the stream on YouTube, but keep the Twitch stream going. So, nobody goes anywhere. I will be right back. Okay? Right, I should be back. I actually never did Uber Ross. That's my goal for next one. And I feel mixed about the LE endgame. Because I kind of enjoyed it more in LE than in PoE2. Death didn't felt as punishing. It felt like I was faster going through it because I actually had speed on my builds, right? We were able to invest into speed, which made it feel better. But it was still very shallow endgame. There wasn't much to specialize in, much to do. We just ran zones, filled the boss scourge, did the boss, repeat. So I feel like in LE we are not per se playing for the... Like in PoE I play to run the zones. I play for the content. I make a build that runs content, but I play for the content. But in LE I play to complete the build. And once I'm done with the build, I then play to um I play to... what's the word? I just try to create a build and then I go and do the same in a different angle again and again. Am I still using any... Right, and the other one I had a proper body, but it should be res cap, no? The build in itself? Oh, right. Um, do I still have my actual gear somewhere? I hope that they cooked enough and that we get an actual interesting meta. I feel like I'm missing gear, but I don't know where I put it. Ah, here it is. So, the helmet needs 5 more levels and more int. That needs more int, but honestly, am I using the proper rings already? Were those my actual rings? Cause those don't look like my actual rings. I feel like I had breach rings. Here I'm... Where did my gear go? Where did my rings go? Where did I put those? So those are in Standard League. Does Amazon still have any gear? No. So the Amazon doesn't have gear, the Deadeye doesn't have gear. Does the Witch still have gear? Yes, but the Witch has budget gear, okay. Alright, so this has to be somewhere in my stash. It's not that one. I have gear here. I have a bunch of empty tabs. Something just doesn't feel right. But I likely just need actual gear, not the gear I had on the yeah, right. I need a proper helmet. I'm using the Onslaught helmet, which does not make sense. Also, don't think I'm critting as much. Alright, so this one gives life. I don't know what I thought with that ring. I'm so confused. What did I do? I haven't played it in too long. Apparently I also don't have any old helmets left. Alright. So I guess we're just starting from here. Sorry for the messy start on this. Wanted to try out the streaming a bit.
With all the gods dead,
Alright.
I suppose I should turn my full attention to
Something
you.
went wrong. I don't have my
We shall
banners.
see how far you can be.
So I'm likely missing stats now for the banners. Oof, I'm not prepared. Yeah, I'm missing strengths now. I'm missing 1 strength. Are you kidding me? Got to love this game.
I knew it.
Oh, Dose Invisible is really evil. Imagine you're just walking, accidentally killing those because you don't see them, and then you get an invisible explosion on top of you.
Not yet.
One thing I need to try and improve is the uptime of the banners. Because it's the only inconvenience on this.
Not yet. Another notch on me helmet. Been a long time since I've seen one of these.
I really wish they would give us the current lightning spear in PoE1. That would actually be a really cool skill in PoE1. Like, just give this to lightning arrow. Make a chain of enemies.
Not yet.
The breach is still going. Holy. How long did this breach last? I'm too used to PoE1 breaches that last like 5 seconds.
Let's not reunite. All in a day's work. Need a sec. Need more time. Not yet.
But this, right now the gameplay just feels very similar to what I just did in the Gauntlet. Playing carefully, playing slowly, or at least a little bit slowly and carefully. And just leveling in low tier zones till I have all my stuff. But to be fair, I'm only doing this till I can equip everything, and then we're gonna be swapping to the actual build I had planned on this dude. Do we have enough gold to respec? Likely. That's good. I will need some. So in theory, we have actually quite a good range of different skills on crossbows that might work well with our banner playstyle. And I need to get to the level where I can just test it out. And see how it feels. Which also should be a lot less skill investive. Like right now I'm spending a lot of skill points on skill slots on a various of things that I would actually rather have free.
Not yet.
What the heck? What's that? Like, we have a lot of spirits still unreserved, but all our almost all of our skill spots are filled. So I want to have two active skills, one for clear, one for single target. Then we have 2 banners. We have Wind Dancer, 1 Herald, then we can use Trinity. Or maybe we use Trinity, maybe we don't. I still need to test that if Trinity is worth it. We have Trinity, and then we can use cast on setup if needed. Or an utility skill. That's the idea.
Simple enough. Vile creature! Not yet!
And once we have figured out the build, we then can try and take it into SSF, even without the banners. And do an actual test.
Need a sec.
Like, banners we can pick up at last lap, and then we try to search for the body armor. Alright, do I still have it open? No. Alright, time to try and buy some items.
Need more time.
Chaos Orb. Boah, what the heck? Stuff is expensive in a weird way.
Hey.
So if I look at Exalts to Chaos... Okay, if I look at... Divine... What the fuck is going on with prices here? Oh boy, this is gonna be really hard to test stuff. So, Exalts are worthless, things are listed in Chaos. Gotcha. How do I increase? Oh boy, presence AoE is only up here. Let's get those leveling items back into the leveling tab. Alright. Then... How do I search for this properly? Without scamming myself. So I'm actually not that rich in this game. Okay, finally getting into proper searches. So we want this. And now I need to find a... Oh god, now it's gonna get complicated. I don't know what is a reasonable rare search at this point in here. Alright, and we have our crossbows. From there we should be fine. We just need level now. Okay. Back to the issue at hand. Leveling.
Need a sec.
So once I can use the crossbows, I'm gonna try and swap to a crossbow setup. And see how that feels.
Bloody horrors! One down. Who's next? Need more time.
Oh, I forgot that here we can bounce things off walls easily. That feels really satisfying. I think what I have planned is gonna work out, but of course I have to see it in action. It's really hard to make a theoretical build in PoE2 at the moment because we just don't have enough adjustments in the PoB for all the specific things that don't work as intuitive as they look. Like the banner also grant is not calculated in PoB like it is in PoE1 with the auras. So it actually does not give you the increase in aura effect based on Valor. It only gives you the 10% flat if you ever use 2 banners.
Need more time. Back, beast!
Oh. Does music now work? No, it does not. I'm confused why. YouTube music does not work.
Need a sec. Not yet.
What is this? A King's Guard.
Easy.
I don't remember curses to be this bad. Holy. I feel like the game is running in slow motion.
Down. Need a sec. Simple enough.
I guess you can dodge curses, but getting hit by them feels really punishing. And especially temp trains, once hit, you will get a re-hit. Get me out of here. Ay.
You're dead. Need a sec. Simple enough. Need more time.
And so far the leveling is going well. It's slow, but the game is slow.
Not yet.
The battle does help. We gain movement speed from it, which is really great. Arguably better than a roar. Because we're not limited to bows.
Need a sec.
Do my eyes deceive me? Try keep up. Don't lose sight.
Oh.
Damn it all! Got away.
Right. I feel like I can ramp up the difficulty. It's better.
Bag of bones.
Given that we still haven't heard anything about the 3.3 expansion, no teaser, no spoiler, just that it's huge, and I mean, we have heard from interviews that have been shown so far
More
that
time.
it's likely that we get some PoE, some Act 4 content.
Simple
But I
enough.
wonder, just campaign would not be enough for the current thing. We need something for the end game as well, right? I wonder what they add there. If we get one new and one old mechanic, or one heavily reworked and one implemented mechanic, what will be the two mechanics we gonna be getting into PoE2? Like, assuming that the wisps, the spirits, are tormented spirits, basically, just heavily reworked. And then we have rogue exiles, which are kind of the same, just in a PoE2 way, not in a PoE1 way. What could they be adding next?
Simple enough.
Maybe we're getting Legion. I feel like, given that PoE2, they are really trying to force us between choosing coverage and damage and all the things, Legion might be okay in PoE2. At least it would be something I would be interested in see how they implement it.
Let's have a look then. Need more time. Well, that's one down. Back, mate.
I feel like in this build I want to have a really big focus on life. Because we are already using 2 uniques. And one of them doesn't have life. I want to focus on more life on the rest of my gear. On the upside we have refractive plating. And we have pin. We might be able to make some armor and evasion rating survivability work in this build.
All in a day's work. This could fetch a pretty penny.
I'll be right back. Du-du-du-du-du-dum. Du-dum-dum. Well,
Need
the
more.
map's already done. Couple more levels needed. Probably will need a better amulet as well. And what did I do with those boots? Why do my boots look so bad? Just double res movement speed. What the heck? Why I thought with those boots? I feel like I had better ones. Like even this would be... No, this was no movement speed. They really not had a proper pair of boots? That confuses me. Alright. And gloves as well, it's just no survivability on those. Really want life on both. We'll have to work on that later. Hey Piscus, how are you doing, buddy?
Need a sec. I'll break ya. Need more time.
Nice. Good luck with the challenges. They are very easy this league. They shouldn't take too much. There's only one that is a currency check. And a couple that are a little bit of a boss check. But otherwise they are all very easy to do if you target them. I felt also just done with PoE1. I wanted originally to do more, but I didn't really had the interest or motivation to push further. So I had to pause. I played the Gauntlet, but I'm just not a big fan of the Gauntlet sloth. Rather play PoE2. And we are getting to the point where I need to start prepping for PoE2 anyway. So here we are.
Well, that's one down. Need a sec.
I can't wait for them to add the Gull in PoE2. I imagine in PoE2 that is actually gonna be a really powerful helm. That is true, yes, it did.
Need a sec.
It's okay, if you have enough damage, you don't need a Headhunter. A Headhunter is basically a way to cheat damage into a build. And survivability.
You are being
So if you have
controlled by
survivability and
greater
damage, you don't need a Headhunter anymore.
Ow, fool! Need more time. Another notch on me helmet.
Oh.
Need a sec.
That was... yeah, it was a very powerful interaction. But arguably a little bit too powerful. It was the intended interaction of the skill, though. Like, it was meant to be used together. They just did not expect the damage numbers for some reason.
Need more time.
I like this though, the banner interaction. I feel like it is intended because they know how that wording works based on PoE1. But it hasn't really been used a lot yet, and I feel like it's very powerful. It's a slight inconvenience, but it's very powerful, so that's why I want to use it in my next build. Hoping that they don't just directly nerf it with the addition of 0-3. And I'm gonna test the various of crossbow skills and see which one feels best to use.
Vile creature. Need a sec. Need more time.
Lightning Spear will also be dearly missed after this league. I don't see it surviving. I think the Lightning Spear is gonna get a nerf, then Voltaic Charge is gonna get a nerf. And Stormlance is gonna get a nerf, and Reef is gonna get a nerf, and then nobody will play Spears because Spears got nerfed to the ground.
Need more time. One down. Who's next?
I kind of find it funny how most of my builds are just locked on the bottom side of the tree. Like, I'm Duelist and Ranger. Those are my most favorite starting points, and then Shadow slightly after. Don't know, it's just where the builds on those areas are usually the ones I feel the most comfortable with.
Tell me, how long do you think you'll last?
Not yet.
They all die, eventually.
Not yet. Down. Need a sec.
I can click on it. No, I can.
easy. Need more time. Need a sec.
That's a lot of T7 maps we got here. Right, let's try one thing. Let's see if we can make the build in PoB. Tactician. Rub those. Alright. Is it not added yet? It's not added in PoB. What? I feel like that's a mistake. Banaman. It's still not here. Wow. Alright. Where did the music go? Oh, there it is. There we go. Alright, so we have a crossbow. We have the fallen formation. And we have the tower. That is the core of the build. And then we need to figure out a few different setups. So let's try with that first. So we have a glacial bolt. Alright. So now we need to figure out how to get this glacial bolt damage. Cast on freeze. Hypothermia. Oh no, freezing mark was it. Which has its own cold nova, and I don't know what to support it with. And we have hypothermia with first ground. Arcane tempo. We need to get that hit DPS up though. Wait, Pint adds damage? I didn't know Pint adds damage. I'm POBing a bit. Ice Bite is better than Immolate. Okay. By a mile. It's so we are swapping from the spear to crossbow. And I need to understand what I need to take, what I want to take. And how I'm gonna make it. Because admittedly, I have not played PoE2 enough in a while, so I need to figure out what to do, what to put on. So we have lucky damage. We are fist to cold and mainly. So we are cold based, meaning we apply freeze. What's important is that we grab this. That's an important key piece. We will also need a bit of armor. Oh wait, that's still banner stuff. Yeah, I fully understand what you mean, but I kind of disagree. I think crossbows are really cool. I think crossbows have just huge potential. I find it interesting. Right. This is already pretty high level. Level 93. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like if you do it properly, the reload mechanic is barely feelable. Like, you can get enough attack speed and reload speed that you barely notice it. And the added benefit of it is because there's the downside of the reload, crossbows have more damage. I can likely save a lot of point by adding passive tree 1 and 2 to this, but for now that's okay. We are already at 100k hit DPS. And that has shotgunning potential. So let's add a little bit more things to this. We need Herald of Ice. Right. No, wait. Ice Bite works here. No, Ice Bite doesn't work here. That was how it worked. That I would also be interested in. Let me quickly check. What did people do on PoE Ninja? That's actually pretty strong. Holy. Interesting. Here can fix mana cost risk. I mean, I need to fix passive points. Intenser. Yeah, that was insane. We're starting to have some damage, but I will need some more spirit if I do this setup. I was thinking of trying to fit in Trinity, but I think Trinity is not gonna be strong enough. Maybe it is. I will need testing compared to the cast on free setup. End of the month. But I expect middle of the month to be the reveal. And we also have Last Epoch coming up. So I'm just in my usual, hey, let me prepare super early. So Talkative Tree was thinking yesterday night was supposed to be the teaser. I think something like this will be the basis. But we will be this build gonna be needing a lot of things. We need like rings with resistance, stat, life, flat damage. This is gonna be very niche items we want here. But what we can test in PoB, what is a little bit sad, is we need to figure out how this is gonna work. Because this is something they only recently added, and it is one of the strongest skills we have right now access to. So, we basically use, if I understood it correctly, we have this in our offhand, and we use our other skills, or other crossbow skills, till we have Requiem filled, the Composed Requiem, and then we use it. And while we use it, we have a massive damage multiplier, and we just keep blasting the boss with damage that is cold. So we apply freeze, but then also because we apply freeze and we do a lot of damage, we still apply pin. So we have two different ways of stunning the boss. So, oh, three actually. We have heavy stun, we have the freeze, and we have pin. So in theory, that's gonna work as big DPS numbers, if it works as intended, that is.
This thing has some history.
Hello there.
Oh, right. I was looking to get the vendor menu. Nope, but we don't need lightning damage. We have lucky damage anyway. Because of counting enemies in low life. And using stars aligned. I wouldn't be so sure about that either. So for clear we can use Siege Cascade, which attacks every enemy on screen. So while we don't clear off screen, everything on screen will die.
Another notch on me helmet.
And if we have enough damage, that should just be enough to attack on screen, move to the next screen with the increased movement speed of Defiance banner, and attack again.
Down. Not yet.
This map is kind of similar to Strand. It's very long, very linear, very easy to not miss anything.
Need more time. Not yet. Not yet.
The build looks really good on paper, and I've seen videos of other tactician builds or other builds using the skills to do better, but they just not using the banner interaction. And I think combining Glacier Bolt with banners is what's gonna make it really powerful. And we also have the access to the new bow. Which might be enough. And if nothing else, as long as we can perma CC any boss, we're gonna be fine. Because whatever is perma CC'd can't hit us, so we don't need survivability. Yeah, I'm working on it.
Need a sec.
I hope we get movement skills on the next patch. Gimme dash, gimme blink arrow, gimme a combat panzer. Like, if Ranger gets a Rimble Roar, I want, like, a giant bee or something for the mercenary to just walk forward, keep shooting in every direction. It literally feels like being in a panzer. I think that just sounds fair.
All in a day's work. Not yet. Bag of bones. Need a sec.
Energy bow? What do you mean with energy bow?
Need a sec.
Oh, gotcha. That would be pretty interesting.
Another notch on me helmet. Not yet.
Man, I wish I could just have permanent speedrun in PoE2. The game suddenly feels so much better when you have it.
Need a sec. Not yet.
What I want in PoE1 is a Vault. I feel like Vault would be such a cool thing in PoE1. Right, I forgot that I can use this. And this. I definitely need to fine-tune my equipment. I think we actually have something good going on.
One down. Who's next? Need a sec. Sec. Stupid zealot! Well, that's one down.
I also hope that we got some percentage life on the tree. I feel like we are back to the issue which we also just saw in the gauntlet. In the gauntlet, for defenses, what did people do? They went for a near immortal CI build. Are we gonna be sticking to that in PoE2 as well? If you want a tanky build, it has to be CI. And life-based builds are all gonna die sooner or later. Because you just don't have enough access to the resource. And because we are using both helmet and body for unique slots, the best reason we're gonna get is like 3k life. Once we invest into it. Actually, this might be it.
Easy.
Alternating between the two. Hello, Betsy. How are you doing? Currently, ooh, we're rich. That's 250 chaos exalts. We're currently getting the last level on the mercenary to be able to use our items. And then we are swapping to a crossbow setup.
You're dead.
Hey, not pet food. How you doing, buddy? Did you just woke up late, or are you in a different time zone from me? Oh yeah, okay, it's just different time zone then. This does not look like channel. I don't know, I feel like they should have done a more channel-like map. If they already call it channel, then it should have looked similar to PoE1's channel. Oh. I felt like in point 1 the Witch Hunter was a solid starter, but it was around okay, but it didn't have anything broken. And everything in PoE2 that ran really well was the broken stuff, like just straight up broken.
Not yet.
And the solid things just fell behind because they they failed to scale into the end game compared to the broken stuff. Like we had the auto bomber monks, we had the stat stacker auto bombers, however you want to call them. We had lightning arrow, and we had the. Yo, this map is new, no? I have not seen this part yet. I guess that's why it's called channel. Or have I just found a very rare layout? Because I'm pretty sure I have not run this map before. I expect patch notes and full reveal of the next content patch at the 23rd.
Not yet.
So, let me open the calendar. Second. So, if we are looking here, and we are looking at months. So, launch is gonna be here. This is, oh god. Launch. So we have launch on the 31st. Actually, it's likely the 29th. So reveal is gonna be 22nd, and that's gonna be reveal. Can I actually just delete that? So we have launch reveal, then we have LE launch, which means we expect here LE reveal. So I want to spend at least a couple days of playing LE. But also after the reveal, I have prep PoE2, right? So at this point, I'm doing prep now, all the way to the LE reveal and likely even after, to prepare for PoE2, that when the launch happens, I'm gonna be there for the LE launch, be able to play at least for the weekend, and then also have my PoE2 prep happening on the side. Because I already pre-prepped, and all I need to do is make the adjustments to the written guide, to the POBs, to the spreadsheets, and make the videos. Yo, this is 100% a new layout.
Need a sec.
I assume we're gonna get it, right? I mean, they said that point 3 is gonna be a massive expansion. We expect at least Act 4 based on them teasing tribal themes, which we know is happening in Act 4. Like, we have it here in this Art of Passive Exile book. If we are looking at Act 4, where is it? Where is it? Here. So, Act 4 is about Hindekora and tribal stuff, right? Literally here, we have tribes already. So, we can assume that Act 4 is gonna be a guaranteed reveal for the upcoming patch. It's not guaranteed, but it's an assumed guaranteed. So like 80%, 90% chance. And I expect, if the pattern stays, to gain at least 2 new mechanics
One down. Who's next?
for the upcoming patch. So we're gonna be getting 2 things where we can expect... where we expect new content, as in a league mechanic that is slightly reworked, and league mechanic that is new / heavily reworked.
Not yet.
That's my expectation for point 3. We get Act 4, we get new items, new bases, actually not new bases, because they renamed the bases to be separate ones, so they no longer need to fix bases, but maybe rename and reskin them so they are in theme with what happens in Act 4. And then we expect to, well, get new endgame, new bosses because of Act 4 bosses being released. We're gonna be getting new skills, we're gonna be getting new passives, new support gems. At least one new category, maybe some new ascendancies. Yeah, campaign is something I'm gonna have to put some practice in, because I know it's gonna be pain. figure out a way to level mercenary that feels good. This is a massive map. I think it's a nice, cool looking one overall. I like the visual aspect of this zone. But it's new. I did never run this map
Need
before.
more time.
Makes for cool scenery though. Wish that would be part of the shrine hideout.
Need more time. Well, that's one down. Need a sec. Not yet.
Alright, almost level 78. Now this is, I know what zone it is in campaign, but there wasn't a map of it before. I'm very certain that we didn't had the channel map before in maps. Like I know it was a campaign zone, but I'm pretty sure it was not a map zone. Ooh. That's a lot of life. No resistances though. And stuff is too expensive to craft now. Like, there's no justification using annulments or chaos to craft at this point. With them being almost a divine. Or actually, no, those are wrong listings. But like 200 chaos. 200 exalts. I'm very excited to test this build out, actually. I think it has a huge potential. So we place one banner, and then we place the other. So now every 4 seconds, we only have to place one, not both.
All in a day's work. Weak animal.
But I wish it would be 8 seconds, or that there would be a way to prolong the duration of it. No, to be fair, we don't need Warbanner. Just
Not
damage.
yet. Not yet. Need a sec. Need more time. Well, that's one down. Need more time.
11 splinters? Wow.
Need more time. Need more time. Need more time.
Was that a proximity shield? No, slowing bubble plus, what was it? The shrouded. Yeah. Alright, only one more level.
Not yet. Yeah. Foul fool! Easy.
What's this?
This
Von
thing
Del
is a
Deso.
mystery.
De ISO.
Need more time. sec.
Ow.
Need more time. Idiot! Not yet. Simple enough.
The one issue that arises is that I don't actually have that much time to stream today, so I think I can do a couple more maps and then I need to offline and prepare. But I'm not too late later. Should at least get to level 78. Which means tomorrow we should be able to try out the skills, and if that works.
Need more time.
Oh wow, I run out of wisdom scrolls.
But there's hope. Zesh now lies dormant.
My contract should say no swamps.
Dang, I thought it was a good layout, but in truth it was the worst of them all.
Need more time.
I mean, it's a cool looking one. It's just an annoying one to run.
Work.
Many dead ends, spread out enemies.
Need more time.
Proximity changeability, that was the name. An annoying buff.
You're dead. Another notch on me helmet.
Just realized I forgot to adjust streaming from PoE2 to PoE1, from PoE1 to PoE2 on Twitch. Oh well, I will set that, not forget that tomorrow.
Not yet.
Alright, one more map should be enough to get that level up.
One down. Who's next? Not yet. Need a sec. Not yet. Need a sec. Need more time. Another notch on me helmet. Need more time. Not yet. Bloody horrors!
Warbanner is just a basically free damage support with this much Veiler effect.
Not yet.
Now if we look here, Lightning Spear with no banner, with Warbanner, that's almost 10k more DPS. 28, 19. There we go, that's the level up. Which means I will end the stream here and still have enough time to tomorrow. Not enough time to get to my meeting later. Never mind, we're gonna do this. And we have the build to
Not
test
yet.
tomorrow.
Simple enough. Need more time.
I know it's been a bunch of shorter streams lately, but at latest once we get to LE launch, we gotta be having full 7-hour streams again.
This could fetch a pretty penny.
So then I'm gonna stream as much as possible, but then I'm gonna reserve myself time to stream a lot. But for now, that has to be it. I appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate the conversations. And I shall be back tomorrow.